Hi Prof, in this video I would like to briefly comment on the structure of IEX, both in terms of the way I experience it and how I imagine it would be like for the next batch. As a data science and economics major, I get to do IEX for a year. I mean, of course, I could have chosen to prolong the period and do it for 2 years, which a couple of my other classmates have done. But I think considering the potential academic commitments for my major, I've decided to still stick to the 1 year, even though it is slightly disappointing. The reason why I say it's disappointing is because I do not get to see through the entire process of what we get to do with Care Corner, because I find that at this current stage we are still rather stagnant towards the front phases where we have completed a scrapbook, but we did not manage to make it into a sustainable venture for Care Corner just yet. And just when we are exploring potential future options with Care Corner, then it is already time for me to leave the group. And yeah, so I guess not being able to see this continuous iteration and like collaboration between Care Corner and our group just makes me feel like I'm missing out on something potentially, because we have put in so much effort into establishing this connection with them and trying to really address their needs, but before we could really resolve their issues, then I am already leaving. Yeah, so I guess from my perspective it does get a bit disappointing. Moving away from myself, I think the idea of IEX1 is quite disruptive to the rest of the team. I mean, for us specifically, we have 7 members. 2 of us originally declared as IEX1 members, and Livia, after she got into the Waseda double degree program, she's also converted to IEX1 member. As a result, 3 out of 7 will be leaving the team at a time where we are just about to finish up with one project that we have started with Care Corner. And the thing is that we have not even really fully tidied up this project that we have done, then we are already leaving the team, and then the remaining 4 just have to deal with this and continue the collaboration with Care Corner to convey our idea of pivoting into a separate project that is less time and labor intensive. I guess therefore in that sense, for the IEX2 members, it may seem like there's a sudden increase in workload, and there is also less of them to participate actively in this discussion with Care Corner. Besides being disruptive, I think it also affects team morale a bit. I'm speaking on this with the context of creative project, because I think for creative project it's not a graded component for IEX1 members. Therefore, we tend to be more withdrawn on this aspect, where we do not really engage on the specifics of it and how the IEX2 members wish to carry it out. So on this point, they may find it a bit discouraging to see us just not helping, and with 4 people left, it may just become a lot of work for them to handle, because they have to both balance the assignment demands from NUSC side while also managing the activities with Care Corner. Therefore, I would say that IEX1 has some benefits for those who are partaking in it, but it also introduces some negative externalities for those IEX2 members. I know that this time round there has been significant structural changes that has been implemented for the new batch, specifically that some of the NUSC courses like NGT will be replaced into IEX focused lessons for the year ones, and then the academic units of IEX would increase as a result. I guess this is a good move because it removes some of those hurdles that I previously mentioned, and also allows each of the members to see through their project from start to end. Also, I think it is a good idea to have implemented IEX focused classes, because it allows students to have a deeper understanding of how to go into IEX and how to approach the partnerships that we have with these community partners. I think when we did it, we only had this intensive 1 full day kind of workshops thing, and for that it was rather superficial, or it was a lot of information overload, and a lot of it was focused on the initial stages like recce sessions, how to conduct your interviews, but there wasn't really enough content covered on how do you like resolve disagreements or pivot away from a certain idea that you would like to propose to the community partners. Yeah, therefore I think it will be beneficial to have these kinds of continuous lessons for them to maybe consult the professors on how to deal with their like the challenges that they are facing. And I also especially like the part where there is more encouragement of cross batches like knowledge transfer, because my peer mentee asked me for an interview to share my experience on what IEX has been like, so that she's able to like sort of analyze through what went well for us and what could be improved on. So I think this is a good simulation for them to see how they could avoid some of the pitfalls that we have encountered, so that they can have like a better experience than we did. I think the masterclasses should be more highly encouraged for the year ones to participate in, since a lot of it covers basic information that helps them get started. This is also something I had promoted to my mentee. In all, I can really see the efforts that the NUSC staff are putting in to revise their programs based on the feedback received from students. I'm really quite appreciative of their work, or your work, Prof, and glad that I can be part of this community where changes happen and nothing is set in stone.